They say nothing lasts forever. Relationships come and go, but some couples are so in love that they don't want to be separated even after death. What happens when a couple disappears without a trace, leaving behind only speculation and rumors? Here are some scary cases of couples who vanished without a trace, leaving behind only speculation and rumors. Benjamin and Samantha, newlyweds. Newlyweds Benjamin and Samantha had just celebrated their first wedding anniversary in Bali before returning to their home in New Zealand. On January 24, 2021, they were seen at Auckland Airport. After clearing immigration, they disappeared. Security footage showed them entering an unknown vehicle. Their phones were left behind, and their bodies have never been found. Investigators suspect foul play but have no leads. Was this a case of mistaken identity or something more sinister? Jason and Megan, the college sweethearts. Jason and Megan were college sweethearts. They met in literature class and fell in love over their shared passion for reading. After graduating, they moved to Seattle to start their lives together. But within a few months, they disappeared. Their car was found abandoned near a hiking trail, and a search party turned up no clues. Foul play is suspected, but the case remains unsolved. Did they take their own lives, or was it something more sinister? Evan and Sarah, the young lovers. Young lovers Evan and Sarah were high school sweethearts. They were inseparable and planned to spend the rest of their lives together. But one day they vanished. Their car was found abandoned on a deserted road, and their families were notified. A massive manhunt ensued, but there was no sign of the couple. Some believe they ran away, while others think they were abducted. George and Martha, the married couple. George and Martha were an elderly married couple living in a quiet suburb. They were model citizens who kept to themselves. But one day they disappeared. Their house was empty except for a note saying they were going away for a few days. But they never came back. Their loved ones grew worried and contacted the police. Was it a case of mistaken identity or something more sinister? Daniel and Patricia, the adventurers. Daniel and Patricia were adventurers who loved to travel. They had been to all the major cities in the world and had plans to visit more. But one day they vanished. Their families lost contact with them while they were backpacking through Europe. There are many theories about what happened to them, but none have been proven. Did they get caught up in a crime, or was it something more sinister? Christopher and Nicole, the social media influencers. Christopher and Nicole were social media influencers who documented their luxurious lifestyle. They had a large following and were known for their glamorous parties. But one day they vanished. Their last post was a picture of them with a cryptic caption. Their fans grew worried and began speculating. Some believe they faked their disappearances for publicity. Others think foul play was involved. David and Mary, the artists. David and Mary were artists who lived in a commune. They were part of a group of like-minded individuals who shared a passion for creativity. But one day they vanished. Their commune mates were concerned and alerted the authorities. A search party was organized, but there was no sign of the couple. Some believe they ran away to pursue their art in solitude. Others think something more sinister occurred. Paul and Linda, the musicians. Paul and Linda were musicians who played in a local band. They were talented performers who dreamed of making it big. But one day they vanished. Their bandmates were worried and took to social media to spread the word. A fan reported seeing them at a concert in another city. Could this be their last performance? Thomas and Elizabeth, the historians. Thomas and Elizabeth were historians who specialized in ancient artifacts. They had traveled all over the world to research obscure relics. But one day they vanished. Their colleagues were concerned and contacted the authorities. A team was assembled to investigate their disappearance. Was it a case of mistaken identity or something more sinister? James and Alice, the writers. James and Alice were writers who lived in a small town. They had published several novels together and were working on their next project. But one day they vanished. Their neighbors were worried and called the police. A missing persons report was filed, but there were no leads. Did they run away to protect their privacy, or was it something more sinister? Which case shocked you the most, and what theory do you believe? Comment below.